arrival here in Panama. Firstly, it is so wonderful to see all types of people here, all spiritually connected, and this is proof that we are all God's children. No matter what we look like, no matter where we come from, we are kindred spirits, and it's that failure to recognize our spirituality and our brotherhood that leads to a lot of problems in this world. So that is one reflection. Second of all, also, the warm welcome that was accorded to me, my wife, the Ethiopia delegation here today. I'm sure it took a lot of work, and I don't know all the names, but I would like to thank Ermias Selassie, Krishna, who work behind the scenes. There are a lot of people here, I'm sure, who have done a lot that I don't know about, but I'm sure it wasn't an easy process. So I really deeply thank you from the bottom of my heart. I also want to thank you for all the gifts, presentations that were given to me. They're heartfelt gifts, and as such I accept them with heartfelt thanks. It's also good to see generations here, generational differences. I know the suffering, I don't know it, but I feel it. The suffering that our people have gone through, from slavery to present economic marginalization to the challenges ahead. But my belief is that suffering is also your bridge to liberation, to your spiritual liberation, to a sense of vision, and to your step forward to your God, to your higher self. And Rastafari, all over the world, I've had the privilege of meeting many, have had that culture of resilience alive. They have kept it alive through their music, their prayers, their brotherhood, and also keeping the memories of my grandfather alive. For this I'm most grateful. I think it's also very important to remember that the struggle continues, and it's through education, through passing, which was a great dream of my grandfather, is through educating the younger generation that one is able to at least pass on the suffering of our ancestors, but not to stop there, to go further. And it gives me hope to see so many young people here who will carry that weight. And I so much enjoyed the reception I got. It gave me hope. And I hope this day you will remember it especially, as I will. And thank you so much. I've named this the Rasta movement, Ethiopia's church and its crown. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, thank you. I am grateful to the Panamanian authorities and organizers of this week's events for the invitation to Panama. I am honored to be here today, especially with the Rastafarian intellectuals presenting on Rastafarian movement as a nation without a state. I have been asked to speak today on two aspects of the Rastafari movement. Its relationship with the Ethiopian Crown Council, which I represent, and its relationship with the Ethiopian Commando Orthodox Church, which is one of the oldest independent Christian churches in the world.
He venido aquí se me pidió que hablara sobre el movimiento Rastafari con el pueblo de la Etiopía, y también se me pidió que hablara sobre la Iglesia Ortodoxa de Etiopía, que es la única iglesia independiente en el mundo. Y él se siente muy orgulloso de ver la espiritualidad que ha visto, y que una de las cosas que el abuelo de él, Ermias Selassie, decía que la educación era primordial para la liberación de nuestros pueblos,
Rastafari.
y que en el espíritu que él hay aquí, él se siente muy bien porque siente que la llama sigue siendo abanicada y que tenemos un futuro promisorio. Además dijo que le daba las gracias a las autoridades panameñas por haberlo invitado para venir aquí. Igualmente dijo que cuando llegó aquí, el recibimiento de él le hinchó el corazón de alegría, que se siente feliz porque todos aquí somos una familia y que la espiritualidad él la siente aquí. Otra cosa que dijo es que le encantaba ver la diferencia de grupos generacionales, que no solamente hay un grupo generacional, sino que hay una diversidad de generaciones, y que eso es muy bueno para la lucha, y que la lucha continúa.
Ethiopia's church and its crown are twin engines driving 2,000 years of Ethiopian culture and civilization. It is almost impossible to imagine Ethiopian history without one or the other. The church and the crown have been at times, but they have always been united in the same support of its own goals and the unity of its people. The sustenance of the Ethiopian nation is political freedom and its spiritual salvation. When one has faltered, the other one has always been there to help it back up. In my opinion, to think about Ethiopia is to think about its church and its crown.
La iglesia etíope y la corona etíope tienen más de 2000 años de estar colaborando de manera unida, que han tenido diferencias, sí lo han tenido, pero la sustancia, la esencia de llevar adelante el proyecto de libertad para su pueblo siempre ha sido parte, porque vuelve y recalca que la iglesia y la corona siempre han estado unidas a través del tiempo.
Let me first speak about the Rasta movement's relationship with the Ethiopian Orthodox Commando Church. I call Rasta a movement, but this is a weak word. It hides more than it explains. Rasta is a religion, a faith, an outlook, a philosophy, and a way of life. It defies simple and easy categories.
Rasta normalmente se diría que es un movimiento, pero Rasta es mucho más que eso. Rasta es visión, Rasta es espiritualidad, Rasta es comprensión, hermandad y el fuego que continúa para que la lucha siga adelante.
We have been fortunate to work closely with this Musterian Institute in Washington, D.C. on a number of public events and exhibits, including the groundbreaking Rastafari, Discovering Rastafari exhibit over 10 years ago. That exhibit's curator, Jack Homia, has been for decades studying the Rastafari movement and makes a very crucial point when he tries to explain Rastafarianism to outsiders. He always has insisted that there is no one single Rasta movement, that there is no way to generalize about all Rastafarians, about all its houses, and all of its brothers and sisters.
Ha tenido el placer de ver cómo el Instituto Smithsonian, que es un instituto de investigación, ha estudiado la comunidad Rasta, la cultura Rasta y la divergencia, la diferencia, porque no es una sola comunidad, porque en cada lugar, cada rincón donde hay rastas, también tienen sus propias idiosincrasias. Entonces, muy importante porque esta exhibición sea valorada y sea apreciada por la gran diferencia, a la vez que está unida por la espiritualidad.
What is the belief of Rastafarians? Was my late grandfather God incarnate? Was he the second coming of Jesus Christ? Was he simply one of the many manifestations of Jesus who will again? Was he a prophet of God? Was the fulfillment of one of God's prophecies? What is the proper relationship between Rastafarian and Ethiopia, its king, its crown? Are they Ethiopians in exile, destined to return to their own motherland? Are they subjects of the crown, loyal to the royal family and its imperial constitution? How should a Rasta present his faith to the world generally? Are the dress and the Rastafarian line a requirement? Are they matters of consciousness for every individual?
¿Cómo hacemos los nexos entre el abuelo del emperador Ermias Selassie y la familia Rastafari? Ermias Selassie era uno de los descendientes bíblicos, era un último profeta, era uno que vino a profetizar el retorno de los Rasta a su hogar ancestral de África. Entonces, es una pregunta que nos quedamos, porque lo importante es la espiritualidad y el mensaje que llevan los Rastas, que eventualmente podrán volver a su tierra natal.
Ethiopia land. Yes, I. Ja Rastafari.
There are no simple answers to these questions. Or maybe there are a million answers, one for each Rastafarian to find his own life's journey's search. The Rastafarian world spectrum is a range of emotions and beliefs. Some of them seem strange and foreign to an Ethiopian Christian. Some of them make us feel right at home. One Rastafarian church I visited in Brooklyn follows a liturgy. It's founder learned from the Ethiopian Orthodox Tomorrow Church priests. They chant in Ethiopic while they process the Christian Orthodox cross. For other Rastafarians, these rites, these rituals mean nothing at all. They find the essence of the movement in the drums and chants of the groundings for the collaborative discussion and Rasta reasoning.
El príncipe se hace la pregunta: ¿hay dificultad en encontrar respuestas? ¿Es tan difícil encontrar respuestas? ¿O hay innumerables respuestas a las preguntas que se hacen? Él habla de una iglesia Rastafari en Brooklyn, que sus cantos, sus alabanzas son en el idioma etíope. Sin embargo, muchos en el área no comprenderán, entonces quizás no lo valoren, pero que los sacerdotes ahí saben el valor y la esencia de lo que ellos están haciendo, o que lo están haciendo en el idioma ortodoxo de los Rastafari.
I have seen this diversity in my own work for the Crown Council. The different Rastafarians I have met with, as if they came from very different opposing views. Some come to me and want to share their reverence for my grandfather's message of peace, reconciliation, forgiveness, their experiences of Rastafarian days in a war of divine love, living Christ's biblical call to turn the other cheek. Other Rastafarians I meet are much more militant warriors. They see themselves as the foot soldiers of the Solomonic dynasty and want to pick up arms to fight and restore my grandfather's legacy.
He conocido muchos grupos de Rastafari que buscan el camino. Sus experiencias son diferentes. Unos buscan en Cristo ofreciendo la otra mejilla. Otros como yo, que somos un poquito más agresivos. Pero al final del día, todos queremos llegar de nuevo a nuestro lugar de origen.
These contradictions have confused me until I came to see them as two sides of the same coin. A message of peace and forgiveness and reconciliation is a message that demands strength. The message of empowerment and emancipation that the Rastafarian community has brought to the diaspora is a message of hope. But it means little if you are not willing to fight for it. My late grandfather understood this, and he lived his own life when he had come before the League of Nations to call for peace. It was a peace he had been willing to fight to protect.
Estas contradicciones que él ha encontrado en su devenir lo tenían confundido, porque unos están pidiendo la paz extrema de dar la otra mejilla en caso de que son agredidos, y él, como dice, es mucho más agresivos. Pero más adelante él se da cuenta que son dos caras de la misma moneda, y que cuando el abuelo llega a la Liga de Naciones, llega con el mensaje de que no importa cuánto sean nuestras diferencias, lo importante es la unidad para lograr la libertad y la independencia de nuestro pueblo.
Rastafari. Yeah, Rastafari.
Jesus himself says in the Gospel of Matthew, "Do you think that I have come to bring peace to the earth? I have not come to bring peace, but a sword." This is deceptive but simple. The truth divides. It separates people who believe it